All right. Hello everyone who can hear me already. Let's see if the streaming goes well. If our streaming has started already. Yeah, I can see that it is working. So, hello everyone. Welcome to the Getting Started with Tilda webinar. So, in our webinar today, I'll try to make sure that your experience on Tilda will be smoother, that we will go and cover all the interface basics. I will show you a couple of tips and tricks on how you can use Tilda more effectively to create websites, different types of websites, from business websites to e-commerce to newsletters and whatever it is. And yeah, I'll really appreciate if if you guys have any questions. So please do use the chat box next to our YouTube streaming. I will be reading it. It's just in front of my eyes over here. So I'll check it every now and then, and we'll make sure that I will answer all the questions you send in. So it's always, yeah, very, very nice to, tailor the content of the webinar to your guys' needs. All right. And yeah, before we start, I'd like to tell you two things. So first of all, the recording of this webinar will be available on our YouTube channel. YouTube channel is the one that is used now to stream. So it's easy to find us, Tilda Publishing on YouTube. Moreover, those people who have registered to the webinar, they receive the link, with the reminder 2 hours and then 10 minutes before the webinar. So these guys, you folks, you can receive another email with the link to the recording. So you will make sure you will not lose the recording. All right. As for the length of the webinar today, so it's gonna last for 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, depending on your activity, how many questions I will receive. And yeah, myself, I did not introduce myself, so I'm Elizabeth from Tilda. I am dealing with the global content, and I'm very happy today to deliver this Tilda Basics, or Getting Started with Tilda webinar. All right. So I hope that you guys are going to join us sooner or later. More and more people will join us and bring their questions. I will remind you from time to time as well that your questions are one of the most interesting things for me to deal with during this webinar. And for the moment, I think we are ready to get started with our first part of the webinar. So firstly, I will just show you what is Tilda. I will give you kind of an overview of the platform, what you can do, what kind of projects are possible to create on Tilda, what are the features and all the possibilities of the platform. And after that, we will move to Tilda itself, and I will show you how to actually create a web page from the very beginning to the launching your project, to publishing your website. Okay, so let's get started. Let me just switch over here. All right, so first of all, what is Tilda? So Tilda Publishing, or Tilda, is a no-code platform that helps you create all kinds of websites, online stores, landing pages, multi-page websites, blogs, and many more other things, such as online schools, online courses, newsletters, and so on and so forth. All right. So how actually does it work? I said it's no code. So that means that you don't need any help of developers or designers, because we have a library, a huge library actually, containing more than 500 blocks, which you actually use to create your website from. So how does it work? You pick up the block from out of 29 categories. So each category corresponds to the website section that you're planning to create. For example, you start from the website cover page, then you move to About Us category, and you try to, you're choosing one of the blocks, designs, based on the functionality and design that you like. You add it to the page, then you add the next block, and so on, so that in the end you get a nice structure of the website, and then you get to edit them. So everything is happening inside of your browser window. Everything is on the cloud. So it's not an application. You don't need to download anything. And also all the blocks are born adaptive, which means that each piece of your website, you don't need to redesign your website for the mobile version, because all the blocks will adapt themselves, their design and your content as well, to the mobile version. So it doesn't matter how your visitors are accessing your web page, from which gadgets, from what kind of screens do they use. Your blocks will look great and will adapt to them automatically. You don't need to do anything for that. Right, then of course we have a large template collection made by professional designers. There are plenty of templates for many types of projects, from business pages to event landing pages, online stores, charity foundations. You can find blog templates and many other types of templates. So it's a nice idea to scroll them and to explore a little bit the templates, especially if it's your first time to design a website, or if it's not, if you already have some experience in web design. That will be a nice way for you to just to see and get inspired from these templates. And also it may happen that you need to launch a landing page, for example, in a very short time. So for example, you have only one day to launch a website, and this when you can start your design from the template already. And it's important to keep in mind that all these templates are interchangeable, so you can mix them, you can mix the design. They also are and they consist out of blocks. Okay, so once you pick up the template, it does not mean that you're gonna stay with it forever. No, not at all. You can delete part of the blocks, you can add others, you can add another template and take some blocks out of another template and mix them and so on. So you can do whatever you want. Okay, you can even delete all the blocks and start all over from scratch. It doesn't, you have all the freedom to do it. Okay, then this is one way to start creating your web page out of a template. Another way is to start creating a web page out of a blank page. All right, so and then you add blocks as you like, and you design them on your own. Right, so let's move on. What kind of projects, what kind of websites can you build on Tilda? So there are plenty. Let me just speak about each of them. So first of all, it's a multi-page website for the business. It's a kind of a websites that we are used to see on the net, with the menu, and then you switch from one inner page to another one. It may be, for example, gallery of works, testimonials, about us page, contacts page, and so on. Another type of web project that you can build on Tilda is landing page. So what is landing page? Is actually a page that is it's a website that contains only one page. So you don't have any kind of inner pages. You don't need to perform additional action and go to another page. So everything happens just on scroll. And these pages are very good marketing tools. On landing pages, mainly their purpose is to collect the information from the visitors, as you may know already. So yeah, I'm just reminding for those who, for whom it's the first time experience in web design. So on landing pages, very often you will find a form at the very end or in the very beginning, it depends, or both in the very beginning and in the end, form where the visitor is invited to leave certain personal information. For example, an email for the newsletter subscription, or you may have a form with your personal data and a button to buy the tickets, for example, because landing pages are mainly, as being a marketing tool, they are built for events or for product launches and things like that, for the concert. So they help to sell the tickets, they help to promote the products and so on. So until that, you can build those pages very easily. You can add online forms, connect data collection services, payment methods very quickly, and just launch one. Next type of project is the e-commerce. So online stores. Online stores is it's always a dilemma which platform to choose for the online stores. So I might say for Tilda, what you can do on Tilda. You can build a large online store featuring up to 5,000 products in a product catalog, which is a very useful thing because it is synchronized with the marketplaces. So you can synchronize it, for example, with the Facebook marketplace, and then you just, basically, whatever you change in your catalog on Tilda, it is automatically synchronized with Facebook and so on. So apart from synchronization, we have a set of blocks dedicated to the product cards, and payment methods that your visitors can use to pay you from any country in the world using any currency you like. All right. Another type of project is the online courses. So thanks to the members area feature on Tilda, you can build a closed areas on your website for your students. For example, if you are selling several kinds or only one kind of online courses, or you have an online school with a variety of different courses, you can make a page that will allow your student to self-register, access to their personal account page, and from there, according to the access that they have, according to the type of the account, they would have access to different types of pages within your website. Also, you can design email newsletters on Tilda and then connect it to the email services and send it to your list of contacts. And blogs and editorials. It's very nice to use Tilda for multimedia, special projects, stories, and so on, because we are paying a lot of attention to design, to the typography, to imagery, and so yeah, it's a nice tool to create a multimedia story on. And also blogging features. We have a feeds feature that allow you to post very easily your blog posts and schedule them, and do many other things. You will see it a bit later. Okay, so these are the main types of the projects that you can build on Tilda. So let's move on, and how actually you build your page on Tilda, right? So all the editing is going on in the browser window, as we said already. It's very intuitive. So you don't need to learn, or you don't need to spend time, trying to figure out how do I change the text. Well, to change the text, you just click on the text and you change it. So as straightforward as it is. For the pictures, it's the same. We're using drag and drop technology. So you just drag and drop the pictures, your personal pictures, to the places inside the block. Okay, you can change the number of pictures, you can change their size, and so on. All right. As for the marketing, coming back to the marketing tools and opportunities that Tilda gives you. So regarding the data capture forms, so once you capture you capture data from your visitors, you can connect your email, you can connect Google Sheets, you can connect Trello, and all this information will be automatically sent over there. And you will have complete Google Sheets with the all the submissions and all the information nicely arranged into columns. You can also connect Tilda CRM, which is a built-in free CRM system, as well as opt for other CRM systems that you may use already. Okay, and you just integrate it in a couple of clicks. As for other services, which you can integrate with your Tilda website. There is a variety of email marketing services such as HubSpot, MailChimp, SendGrid, Sendinblue, and so on, and payment methods as well, such as Stripe, to checkout, PayPal, so the main worldwide known payment methods. All right, moving on, and this is one of the feature that will be super interesting for designers, especially for professional designers. So we have on Tilda a zero block. Apart from all this collection of 500 plus basic blocks, there is a zero block that you can use, and it allows you actually to design your own blog. So how does it work? It's actually a built-in web design editor for professionals that is available in your Tilda interface. So it looks like you can see on this slide. You can add elements. You are free to move them wherever you want, to change them, to modify all the properties. There's a long list of properties. All right. Then another feature in ZeroBlock is that you can adapt your design manually to all the resolutions, to all the screen resolutions. All right. So you can see over here on the slide 5 types of the screens. Right. It's desktop, tablet, and mobile phone in different orientations. Okay, horizontal and vertical, and you can actually do your custom design for each of these screens. Okay, so it's very nice for really nicely sophisticated design, right? And there are a lot of advanced tools in ZeroBlock that you can use to make your design process easier. If you have ever worked in Figma or if you have ever used Photoshop, you will recognize a lot of features from these editors in ZeroBlock. All right. Moving on, and I want to tell you now about the web animation. So on Tilda, you can animate your websites, and there are 2 types of animations available on Tilda. One is the basic animation, another one is step-by-step animation. So basic animation exists for the all the basic blocks, those blocks that allow animation, and it works pretty straightforward. So you don't need to know anything about animation. It's very easy because you just choose the animation effect and it's already pre-designed for you. So you don't think about the timing, you don't think about the positioning and all these things. So for example, if you want to animate the button or your title on load, okay, when your page is loading, you want your title to appear from the right, for example. You just choose from the drop-down menu, effect from the right, animation, appearing from the right. You click OK. You load your page and it's done. As for the step-by-step animation, this is a tool that works on ZeroBlock, and it's for a bit more advanced users, but it allows you to do almost unlimited types of animation. Okay, you can do whatever you want. You can do interactive animation. You can do triggered animation. So what you see now on the screen, this kind of a very interactive animation that works on click, on hover, and so on. So yeah, there you just add steps for your element, and you can animate any element you want and create any sequences that you may imagine. All right. And another important thing that I want to say here regarding animation is the mobile animation. So mobile animation is automatic, and it's available for both types of animation. You just need to click yes or no, whether you want to enable or disable mobile animation, and it will be automatically applied. Okay, so you don't need to reanimate your design for mobile. All right, so let's speak about numbers. In order to analyze the statistics and analytics of your website, to see the performance of your website, to track all the metrics, we have a built-in statistics on Tilda. That is, there are 2 types. One is for the websites and another one is for online stores. So with all the dedicated metrics, that allows you to check the sessions, the conversion rate, traffic sources, where people are coming from, how do they get to know your website, which devices they use to access your website, the top locations, engagement rate. You can also track UTM tags and so on. So this is something built in. You can always access it and check the health of your website and make changes if needed. Apart from that, you can also connect Google Analytics, Google Tag Manager, and Facebook Pixel in order to further work with analytics. All right, so all these tools are integrated. As for the SEO, I know that there are a lot of always questions about the different website platforms, whether SEO is good or not, SEO. So as for Tilda, we have a block structure in the design and the same structures in the code. And it helps Google crawlers to index your page by default So all the pages made on Tilda have this block structure in their code, and they're indexed much better because of this clear structure of the website. So this is number one, something that you don't have to think about so much. It is by default, you don't do anything for that. It's already there. It's a nice advantage. What you can instead influence is all this list of SEO settings that is very flexible and very accessible on Tilda. So you can add titles, descriptions, H1, H2, H3 tags. Okay, so these are tags for the headings so that you show the Google engine, Google crawler, Google robot, you can call it as you like, that this heading is the main heading of your website, of your web page, so that it is easier for the robot to index it. Okay, alt tags for the images. You can add keywords. You can flexibly set up redirects. Okay, you can design your own 404 error page. Okay, yeah, you can choose any design for it, add any links you want, any imagery, and then set it as a 404 error page, which is very important for indexation as well. And also we have auto-generated robots.txt and sitemap files, which are needed also for these crawlers or robots for indexing your page better. And also we have sitemap for the stores and for the feeds in case you want to connect your blog or your internet or your e-commerce or online store to the external services such as Facebook Marketplace. Okay, so everything is there. All right, so that was a introduction to Tilda. And now I really invite you to dive into the Tilda interface and let's see with our eyes how we actually create a web page and how Tilda interface looks like. All right, so here it is. I'm inside of my account. Okay, so after you register on Tilda, you see pretty much the same thing, except for you don't have all these projects that I already have. So let me explain what are these rectangulars mean and why some of them have different colors on them. So these white rectangulars, they mean these are the websites that I have on my account, okay? The green one indicates the newsletter. And the one with the shared label, okay, this yellow thing, is a project that was shared with me by my colleagues, and I can use it. And the important thing is that this project, as well as the newspaper, are not included, are not counted into the account limits, because there are some limits on the number of projects you can have on one account, depending on your payment plans, okay, on your payment plans. So let me just show you this plans and billing tab, which helps you to choose the right plan for you. Okay, so I'll just very quickly explain you all the features of all these three plans that we have on Tilda, so that it's easier for you to choose which one you want to go with. So the first plan is free. You can publish your website on Tilda for free and have it online. All right. But you won't be able to add your own domain to this free website, as well as you won't be able to use all the blocks. So there will be some blocks that you won't be able to access. For example, HTML code block or the block with the form. You won't be able to connect your website to some external services like email service or CRM system. So you won't be able to also build an online shop. But you will be able to publish one website with the Tilda WS in the end, which is a subdomain on Tilda. And the first part of your URL you can set customly, as long as it is not taken already by another Tilda user, of course. And so on the free plan, you can build one website up to 50 pages inside of this website. All right, so inner pages. It can be multi-page website, no problem with that. And you can use 50 megabyte storage. So upload images of up to 50 megabytes. to your website. All right. So moving forward, there are two paid plans on Tilda, which are the personal plan and the business plan. So on the personal plan, you have one website available, which is with the custom domain. So you can connect your custom domain. You can take advantage of 500 pages, inner pages for your domain, and use 1 GB of storage. As well as there are no limits at all for all the functions of Tilda. You get it in your personal plan. So you can use all the blocks. You can build any kind of project without any limits. All right. So all the features are available. Moving on to the business plan. So the main difference, there are actually two main differences between business plan and personal plan. First big difference is that on the business plan, you may have up to 5 websites with 5 different domains in one account. Each of the websites, they have, sorry, let me just take some water. So each of the 5 websites on the business account may have up to 500 inner pages, and you can use 1 GB of storage as well. All the features obviously are accessible to you. And the second big difference is that you can have the code export feature. So what does it mean? You can transfer your website made on Tilda to another server. Okay, this is very interesting for the media project. For example, if you're making a special project or a multimedia story, okay, and you made it on Tilda, but then you want to transfer it to your website, the main, not website, the server, sorry, of your main media domain, okay, main media server. And you can do this with the business plan. All right, then, the last thing, which is maybe obvious, that you can choose between 2 types of payments, month by month or year to year. If you choose the yearly payment, it's obviously a little bit cheaper every month compared to the monthly payment plan. All right, so these are the 3 plans. And important thing is, for all the new users on Tilda, we have 2 weeks of free trial on the personal plan. So you will have 2 weeks to try, test, use, publish your website, connect your domain on the personal plan without any limitations. All right. And after these 2 weeks, you're going to decide whether you stay on the personal, whether you want to switch to business or switch to free. All your websites, all the things that you create while this 2-week trial will remain on your account. All right. If you choose to switch to the free plan, some of the blocks may not be available online. All right. If you use, for example, the online form block, which are not available on the free plan, but they are not deleted. Okay. They're with you, safe and sound on your account. And if you decide to switch to the paid plan, they will be available again. All right, so this is everything I wanted to tell you about the pricing plans. So let's move forward and see what do we have in Tilda interface and how to use Tilda actually. All right, I want to remind you to ask me any questions that you may have about Tilda. Anything you want to know, I'll be happy to answer. All right, I'm here monitoring the chat, which is in front of me. All right, so here on top there is a small black panel. I want to draw your attention to 2 buttons over here. The first one is the Help Center. So for all the new users, it's very important to know that you're not alone. And until we have plenty of articles in our huge knowledge base, which is called Help Center. So most probably all your questions that you may have within the first 2-3 weeks of using Tilda, there are answers in Help Center. So let me just show you how it looks like. So this is the interface of Help Center. You can search Help Center by keywords, for example, domain. And here you have connecting your own domain, domain errors, how to buy a domain name, all the instructions and guides about Tilda and beyond. Okay, so for example, how to buy a domain name. It's a instruction that helps you to buy domain name elsewhere in the domain registrar. Okay, but we want to help you to understand the full process of website creation. Okay, as well as searching by the keyword, you can use the menu and check the different topics. Okay, so for example, page editing, add the menu to the site, anchors, internal links, how to add a Google map, for example. Let's see this one. All right, so these are the step-by-step instructions with screenshots, and sometimes there are videos, and sometimes there are links to other useful resources and so on. So this is really a huge knowledge base that will help you to understand how to go around with Tilda and how to get started smoothly. All right, you can scroll a bit down, see the frequently asked questions and so on. So please don't hesitate. Any question you have, just go to Help Center. There is another button to access Help Center, which will be all the time with you, which is this orange circle with the question mark. So if you click on it, you're inside of a Help Center, which is a Help Center widget. Okay, so you can search it by again using these keywords. You get all these small, all the results, you know, as a bit smaller, yeah. But then hop, pop up, and the instruction is in front of you. All right. Another important thing is when you want to search for something and you cannot find the answer in Help Center, you need to contact us. So in order to contact our support team, which is working for you all the time, waiting for your questions, please use this same circle with the question mark, all right? And click the button Send Us a Message. Over there, you will be able to fill in the form by explaining your question or your problem, your issue, and just send the ticket, okay? And our support guides will make sure to help you. Yeah, pay attention as well that we have a number of video tutorials that will help you to understand how different types of projects are built on Tilda. So it's in half an hour in front of your eyes, different pages are being created on Tilda. These are our video tutorials with the nice explanations. All right. So in case you like to learn by watching videos, please check these video tutorials. They are also available on our YouTube channel. So if you're watching us now on the YouTube, you may want to subscribe, to check all the news and updates and new tutorials that we're gonna release soon. All right, so now let's get started. Let's create a new website. Okay, so here is the button for that. You may choose whether to start from the website or start from the email campaign, but I think website is much more interesting. So let's click on website. And here, the first thing you need to do is to choose the name of your website. Okay, so I'll say my business website, for example, and I click create. So what happens next is that I am actually inside of my website interface, but I don't have any pages yet. So I created a project, but it's empty. And I need now to create new page. Here is the button for that. Create new page, the nice orange button that you cannot ignore next to the site settings, okay? We're gonna check the site settings a bit later. For the moment, let's see how new page is created. So I click on create new page and I end up in the template gallery, okay? And these are all the templates that I may check, that I may also preview like that, okay? So I can see more or less the structure of this website, of this template. Okay, I can see that there is a map. I can think, okay, I need this nice cover, but I don't need this gallery, so I will get rid of it while editing, and so on. So this more or less is the logic. Speaking about zero block, there is also the Z category of templates, which are built on zero block. So you may start already from the pre-designed zero block template, and then adjust the design to your needs, which is something very useful for advanced designers. Okay, but we will not now choose one of these templates on zero block because I want to show you the basics. Let's go for a business website. Let's say maybe an event website for the conference. Yeah, this one, business conference landing page. Okay, let's create one. It's being created, and here we are inside of the Tilda editor. So let me explain how everything works here. If you see, when I'm scrolling this template, I see all the blocks, and they're all editable. All right. So how to understand, how to distinguish which where one block ends and another one begins? When you have your mouse on top of your editor, you will always have the borders of the block visible with the small round button with the plus icon. This icon actually helps you to add new blocks in between two other blocks. Okay, so this is the first block. The first block actually is the menu block. Okay, the next one is the cover, then about page with the several pictures. Then we have a narrow block with some figures, highlights, the speakers block. Okay, introducing the speakers. You can also show more speakers by clicking on this button. All the buttons, by the way, are customizable. You can change the color, the effects, the size, and so on. Then there is a nice block with the timetable, the buy ticket block, the block that allows you to actually make a purchase. So if you want to use this template and you want to sell something online, you may want to connect a payment method, which is on in the site settings. I'm going to show you later today how to do that. And then you get actually a page where people can buy something right away. Okay, the last year conference with a nice slideshow. Okay, and the Google Maps. They're not active yet because I did not add the key. It requires the key to work well. Okay, and the contacts with the social media buttons. So this is the structure of this template. Now let me show you how you actually edit the content and the look of the blocks. All right, but before that, I want to show you how to actually add new blocks or delete the previous ones. Okay, so let's say I want to add another block in between of this cover page and the about us page, about us block section, whatever. So I'm just clicking on this round button with the plus icon, and here I am inside of the block library. On the left, I have all these 29 categories of different blocks, and in the very bottom, I have the zero block button to create a zero block. Let me start by showing you some other types of cover pages. Okay, so if I go to cover section of the block library, I have all the different designs of the covers, okay, that I may use. So to choose the right block for you, I suggest that you check the functionality rather than design, because design is something that you can change dramatically, like from A to Z. You can change completely the design of all the blocks, but if the block does not have the image, or if the block does not allow you to add a button, you won't be able to add it. So check first what are the functional elements that you need to have for each of the sections of your website, and based on that, make the choice of the blocks. Okay, and then after you just customize them as you want. So here are, for example, the text blocks, very different types of the text with impact phrases. You see with the background pictures, with drop down types of blocks. You see the kind of bubbles, speech bubbles, and so on. Impact phrase, for example. Also, large number of different blocks. Features, how to show features of your business, your advantages. Menu blocks, plenty of different menus that allow you to add your company logo or different elements, or change the language, and add the social media buttons, and so on. So depends on what you need. Actually, you choose the block. All right. So to add a block, all right. So I wanted to add something over here. Let me think. Perhaps I will add a nice. Yeah, I have actually my favorite block on Tilda. Let me just share it with you. It's in the image. No, it's in the gallery, I think, category. Yeah. This block is amazing. I love it. Yeah, this one, before after image slider. So I just add it. Let me show you how it works. So this is actually a block that is interactive. Your visitors can just drag this thing to the right and to the left and see two pages simultaneously in the same time. All right. This is cool if you have something, like a photo editing business and you edit photo or retouche the picture, and you see before and after result. Same for beauty salons and so on. And I love that it's interactive. All right, so let's take this block as an example and check what are the how you can actually customize it. All right, so to customize a block, you have all these elements on top. You see, let me explain what are they. So the first one is a drop-down menu that allows you to change the type of the block within the category that you have chosen. So I've chosen the gallery category. So I wanted something. I wanted a block that will help me to showcase something, using images. If I'm not happy with my choice, I can very quickly switch to another type of the galleries. Okay, you see they're very different. It may be an image in a row, image combination like that, 3 columns, 2 columns, and so on. But I want to stay with my blog. It's just for you to know. Yeah, and it's important to keep content on switch. Okay, so turn it off on. Don't make it like that, because if it's off, then when you switch to another block, all your content will be gone. But you can always undo all the operations on Tilda, of course. But just for you to know, what does this toggle means. All right, so this is how you change your mind and change the type of the block within the category. Then there are two main panels, which are the setting panel and the content panel. So the content panel, let me show you. It helps you to deal with the content, to change, customize, adjust the content. So the content of this block is very easy. There are only 2 pictures. And you can also add some description, all right? So if I, for example, let's say I want to change the picture, one of the pictures, what do? So first thing is very obvious. You can just drag and drop from your computer the image that you want to update, and it's done. But it's very possible that you don't have yet the pictures for your business website. And this is interesting for all type of blogs that have the pictures. All right. So in case you don't have your own picture, you can click on this page, on this search photos button. Okay, so I click and I am inside of the built-in image library, which is called Unsplash. And there are also different types of other services that are available. Google Images, Linea.io, it's the icons service where you can choose different icons. Tilda icons as well, because we have a collection of icons made by our Tilda designers, okay, with plenty of sets for all kind of topics you can imagine. All right, from tattoo studio to education, delivery, business, contacts, and so on. So all these icons that you can choose for your blog content. All right. So for example, if you have the different blog from mine, I would not rather, add an icon to my blog. But if you have a blog with advantages and you have like a list of advantages, it's a nice idea to add an icon next to each of the advantage phrase or advantage word. Okay, next to the word, you can use, you can add icons. And yeah, you can choose them from here. You don't need to pay. You don't need to look for where to download icons in good quality and so on. But I'm interested rather in photographs now. And I'm taking advantage of this Unsplash free collection of pictures of very high quality that is available inside of Tilda interface. So let's say I want to search for landscape, right? By my photographer, for example. And I want just to show 2 different landscapes, or one let's say one type. Yeah, I can also use black and white and color photography. I mean, yeah. I'm just trying to think like that in front of you, but yeah, you can choose whatever you want. So landscape, and my internet is so slow today. I'm so sorry for that. Yeah, but okay. We have all the results for the landscape. Oh, I love this one. So I just selected, okay, and it's selected and it's directly uploaded to my blog. Okay, same thing with the second picture. I just search photos and I want, also landscape, but I'll choose another one. So the first one we have it's a green mountain, and the second one, actually I could go with this black and white one, but okay, let's see what else do we have. Yeah, well, something like that. Just showing you how it works, right? We don't need to create something extraordinary. Yeah, so voila, the pictures were adjusted, and the first one and the second one, yeah, they work well, and the toggle works great. So this is how you use the content panel. Okay, to adjust the look of your website, of your of your blog, but also of your website, of course. You press settings. So in the settings panel, what happens here? Here I can adjust how my blog actually looks like. So block width, for example, we have a 12 column grid on Tilda. We're using it, so you can stretch it to 12 columns or shrink it to 1 column, making it very, very tiny. You just cannot see it like that. Okay, or 12 columns, and then it will take up the whole space. All right. The offset is also customizable. Okay, this is the spacing that you have from the left side. You see, if I save and close, this is how my blog behaves when I add more spacing to the left. If I say no offset, the block starts right over from here. Okay, and I want to use 10 columns. Save and close. Yeah, you see, it's not in the middle. To make it in the middle, it's a nice idea to add an offset. Yeah, but by default, all these blocks, they are already pre-designed pretty nicely, so you don't need to do a lot of adjustments to the design, of course, unless you are a creator yourself. Then you know what you're doing, hopefully. Then the color is it refers to the background color of the block. You can change it like that using the color picker. You can do something like that. You say save. Okay, yeah. Sorry, it was not the background here. Color is here, and this was the color of the toggle actually. So yeah, now it's you see, it's a little bit pinky. And the background color, let's change it as well. Let's make it a bit grayish, something like that. Save and close, and yeah, we get our customized block. So let me also show you some other features on the cover, because here we have some text. And it's very interesting how you actually change the text. You change the text very fast and very intuitively. Okay, so I click on the text here on the main title. Just click on it once. Okay, and I actually can change it. So if I want to say that it's not a business conference but a business meeting, okay, I just do something like that. Marketing. Yeah, so I just basically type. Then in order to change the typeface, the size of the text, and adjust all the things that we want to adjust using the text editor, okay, I can highlight the text and see this, check this toolbar on top. That allows me actually to do all the changes I want. Also change the color of the text, font weight, font family, font size. You see, I can just choose out of this different sizes and make it a bit bigger. Change it like that, and you saw that the block just adjusted to the 3 lines, because I made the text bigger. Okay, and you see up the picture changes. Can you see that? Up, and it goes a bit down. Okay, so all the blocks are adaptive, and they're adaptive also to the changes in the content. Okay, so this is how you actually change the, let's see, change the content, change the text. All right, you can also adjust the alignment and adjust other things in the content panel. Okay, so here is the content panel. You can do the same thing that you can do inside of the your layout with the text. Here's the toolbar. Okay, important thing that you can add links, insert links to any piece of text you want. Okay, for example, to this one, I would say google.com. Then you can modify the text color and add the line, for example, to the text with the link, and it will look like that. Save and close. Voila, I made it black with the line. I don't like it at all, so let me just do undo. Over here on top, there is a command called undo. Up, it's cancelled. All right, So coming back to content, what else do we have here? Here is, you see, the panel is different compared to the first block that we were adjusting. Well, because this block has different elements inside of it. So the text elements, we understood how to use the text editor. Then the pictures, same thing, search photos, and you can change the photo. Then here you can also add a button. So since there are no button at the time, you see, now no buttons on the cover, but in the content panel, if I say button title, for example, buy a ticket, for example, buy a ticket, and whatever button link I would put, just google.com. You can decide whether to open this link in the new window or stay in the same window. Okay, then there is another button available for this block. So this block has two buttons, right? And the possibility to add a background video. So instead of the image on your cover, you can have a more interactive background video. You can loop it and show better your services or your business. Okay, so I say save and close, and before doing that, I want to pay your attention, drive your attention to this thing, that you can read more about how to work with cover in our help center, and all these small tips small tips you're gonna have in many places of the Tilda interface, so you can always apply to the help center and click on this link and get some help directly. Okay, so save and close. Let's see how the button looks like. So it's like that. Okay, so it's yellow and it's rounded. Now, if I want to make it, let's say, black and rectangular, what do I do? And how do I actually change the text on the button? So first, about text. The text on the button is actually edited differently than from the text, all the other types of the text. Okay, instead of just clicking and highlighting the text and accessing the text editor, for the button, I always have to use the content panel. So I click content, I go down and I change the button title over here inside of the content panel. All right. So I save and close. Let me see. Save and close. All right. So now, regarding the color and the shape of the button, this is done in settings. Right. The settings panel is responsible for the look of the elements. Sorry. What do we have here? As I said, that all the contents of the panels are different compared to, depending on the block, depending on the elements that we have inside of the block. So here for this cover, what do I want? I want to change the button. So I scroll down, I see the buttons tab. I click on it, and here we go. This is the background color used for a yellow button, and I want it black. All right. So I just choose black. Text color becomes white, obviously, otherwise it's invisible, and border radius. So this radius makes the button rounded. I will just delete it. Show more settings. There are some advanced settings to add the shadow, to change the opacity of the shadow, font family name for the button, and so on. So here you have just several font families, several typefaces, but the typeface that you want to assign to your website depends on the settings that you have set for the whole project, and I will show you how to change it. All right, so for the moment, I just changed the settings for the button, and let's see how does it look like. Voila, it's black and rectangular, just like I wanted. Okay, then let me show you also the nice effect that helps you to increase the readability of your title page, of your cover page. All right, so in order to make your text stand out, okay, and make it more readable, you can use the filters. The filter is a color layer that covers a little bit your background picture and makes your text stand out. Okay, so here you see there are two colors of the filter, which is handy because you can use this effect, kind of a gradual filter in terms of the color. Okay, and change the opacity for the start and end color of the filter. What does it mean? The start color is the 50% of the screen that you have on top, and the end color is the button part of your screen, of your block. Okay, so if I change, for example, the color of this filter and I put it, let's say, something like that, and I change the opacity as well, I will decrease it, for example, for the button part, for this part of the screen, and I save it without closing. And yeah, let's close. And just to show you that this text, for example, becomes completely not readable at all. You cannot read it. So these filters, they really help you to distinguish the text. So let me come back to settings and apply a darker filter, okay? I'll choose something like that, and opacity should be much higher. Okay, so 70%, for example. I save, yeah, even more. That was 80. Let me try with 90 just to see what happens. Yeah, with 90 is a little bit too much, don't you find? Yeah, the picture becomes a little bit, you know, you can't say what is going on the picture. So 80 was a good choose. Okay, I save and close, and here we go. The nice filter is there. So coming back to the settings panel, I just wanted to show you another thing, which is the height of the block. It's important because sometimes it's not very clear what is this VH thing means. Well, actually, what it means is the percentage of the height of your screen, of any screen. It doesn't depend. It doesn't mean. Sorry, it doesn't matter where you open your website, whether it's a desktop or a very tiny mobile phone. If you have the height which is 100%, this very block will take up 100% of the height of the screen. All right, so if we move to 80, for example, I save and close up the you see it's yeah, I will show you on preview. So it doesn't take up the whole screen, it takes just the 80% of the screen. Let me show you. So to show you and for you to check your design, you know, and understand if you did correctly or not, your web design, if all the buttons work, if all the effects that you assigned work as well, you want to do preview. And here is the button next to the undo button, the preview button, just before the publish button. Okay, so you click the preview button and you basically can have a look on your website just like your visitors will check it, but it's not online yet. Okay, so it's just for you to check. All the buttons are active here already, okay? For example, show more speakers. Okay, you see the link of this button was actually pointing to this very page again. Then the schedule, download schedule, buy the ticket. What do I have here? Yeah, the same link for the same page, okay? So while previewing my page, actually, you see, I said that it should take up 80% of the screen, and it takes up all the screen. So let me go back to editing and find out what did I do wrong so that it's not taking up the whole space. It is taking up the whole space. So I want to shrink it, for example, to, well, let's say to 60 and see what happens. I save, I preview. Yeah, I'm doing definitely something wrong today. Okay, so let me check it out. Settings. So what is going on here? You see the SEO title tag is here. H1 is the main tag of the page. All right. Yeah, it looks like everything is okay. Maybe I'll just do something like that. Change the text. Yeah, doesn't seem like it changes anything. All right. Well, let me just find out why it doesn't work as I want it to work, because normally you just have it 80%. Okay, now I put 100 and this nice animated arrow brings me down. I'm coming back to editing, and this is a nice moment to try with another template, because apparently my internet connection is so bad today that I'm unavailable to do certain things, but perhaps with another page it will work better. And also I will show you how to add another page while editing one page. Okay, so to add another page, you go up here, okay, and you see this arrow, you click on it, and here you go. Here you can see the list of your pages in case you have many, and you can add a new page. All right, so I click on add new page, come back to the template collection. All right, and let's say I want to start my new page out of another template, which will be, let me choose. So what do I want? For example, I want to go for a beautiful Georgia tour. Okay, create. Yeah, dreaming of, traveling. Okay, so here I am. It's the second page that I added to the same project. Okay, so I have one website with 2 pages now. You can check it. Yeah, here we have 2 pages. So let's check this template and go to the settings panel. Here we have a little bit more of different functions because this is the different type of the cover compared to the first one. And here is the height, and I want to change it, and I want to make it 67 close. Oh yeah, it works. So preview again, and yeah, finally I can show it to you. I don't know what happened previously, but yeah, normally it will work. I think it will work. Just let me know if it doesn't work for you. I'll check it out with our developer guys. Okay, so this is, yeah, you see, different type of gallery. When you hover over the images, they become bigger. All right, and this is already like a pre-installed effect, so you don't need to do anything. You just drag your picture and use your pictures over there. Okay, so another important thing while being in the preview mode is that you can check how your website looks like on different screens. So you just hover over this icon down here with the desktop thing, desktop icon, and then you can just choose the mobile version, choose any type of out of these 5 types of screens, and check how your design looks over here. You see, this is a template built out of the basic blocks, which are, as we said, born adaptive, so they adapt automatically. As you can see, I didn't do anything, and you see the gallery is adjusted to the mobile screen, and all the content as well. Also the form, also this, and let me see how it looks like. For example, on the tablet. On the tablet, you have this kind of menu, which changes its behavior when we switch to the vertical tablet view. Okay, so it becomes a hamburger. So I click on it, and here are all the menu items. So it's really like truly adaptive, quite interactive design. Okay, back to editing. So now that I finished, let's say, my design, but let me just make it 100% height because it doesn't look very nice. I suggest that all your covers take up 100% of space of the height of the screen. This is much nicer, isn't it? All right, so let me show you how you actually publish your page. So let's say you finished your editing process. Okay. Oh yeah, I didn't tell you how to actually get rid of the blocks or move them around. So once you finish the block editing process, then you may decide what to do next. So here are all these small buttons on the right. Let me explain you what do they mean. So the first one is duplicate. How do you pronounce that? Yeah, so you make a copy of the block. Okay, it appears just under the original one, and you can do whatever you want with it. Okay, what you can do, you can delete it. So hop, you click delete, it's deleted. The next button is an interesting and tricky thing, which is a hide button. So if you click hide, your block and all its contents and all the settings, they are saved inside of this editor, inside of your account. But when you publish your web page or when you preview, just before publishing, you see this block is not displayed. You cannot see it. All right. So this is useful when you are not sure, for example, which block to use. Sometimes you did the design, but you're not sure so much that you want to update your cover, for example, and you just keep it hidden. Okay, while you're developing it, and you can always come back in the editor, show it again, make some changes, and then decide to publish it. And once you publish it, yeah, it becomes visible. Okay, so this is the nice feature which is called hide block. Then there is a drop-down menu with some typical commands, like you can cut it and transfer it to another side of the page. You can copy it, paste, select several blocks. Let me show you how it works. So you select, on the left you see this orange string. I don't know. Yeah, you might see it on the left. Okay, so it's the indicator that shows you which blocks are actually highlighted. So you choose several blocks, and then you say, for example, yeah, over here you can copy them and exit from select mode. And I go to my other page that I have created previously over here. I switch to the business page, and I can insert them, this selection of blocks, over here. So how to paste the blocks? You choose any block. You need to have at least one block on the page to have this possibility to see this drop-down menu, okay? And you click paste. And all these blocks will be pasted just under the block. Under this block. So voila, my cover and several blocks from another page are pasted in here. You can do the same thing within one project, or you can do it, you can transfer your blocks from one project to another project. If you have a business plan and you have several projects, several websites, you can do the same, with them. So you can select or take some certain blocks and move them to another project, which is very practical and handy. All right, so let me just come back to the page of the tour and continue showing you what else you can do with the blocks. So the last thing is the pretty straightforward setting, which is the you change the arrangement of the blocks. So when you click down, the blocks just switches one step down and moves under the block, neighboring block, and up it goes up. All right. So then what else I wanted to say about the block library before we move to publishing page. Let's open it like that. So among the different categories of the blocks, you have a category called Other. And this is a very interesting category actually, because it has various blocks that you may not think that they might exist. Okay. First of all is the HTML code. This you probably would expect to exist, but apart from the HTML, you can use, you can add Google Maps, you can add tooltips for the links, you can add different progress bars, okay, like page reading progress bar, which is nice when you have long pages, and so you let your visitors know where they are actually now at the moment, what is their progress. Loading animation as well, that helps people be more patient while your page is being loaded in case they don't have a good connection. Then you have the typewriter effect for the cover, which is also nice. So add some interactivity, some movement, and many other things that may help you make your website quite unique. You can also add the Christmas message, snowfall effects, some snowballs and so on. So this is the Other category, and I really recommend you to go through it to see what you have here. All right. So once you have finished with design and you want to go live, you click on this Publish button. And what happens next? Next, you're proposed to set the site address. All right. So the website address over here, I have with the Tilda WS in the end, which means that it's a subdomain. So I did not connect yet my domain to this project, and I can choose a name for my site for the subdomain. Okay, so I will say, for example, my business June, something like that. .tilda.ws. Okay, you can of course type whatever you want in here, but just don't leave it blank. So don't skip this step, because it's not good for SEO and indexation. If you have the project 1, 2, 3 and so on, name of your website, it's not good because your visitors will never remember you, and also the search engines will never index you very well. So I'll keep it like that, save and continue. And then set the link for this page. What does that mean? Well, that means because we added 2 pages, this is one of the inner page. It becomes not the home page, because this was the page that we added secondly. Okay, this is the second page, so it's an inner page, and we want to add a special tag, kind of an additional prolongation of the URL. So let's say trip, which is also, yeah, it's helpful for your visitors to understand where they are on your website, and also for search engines to understand what this page may be about. Save and continue. And your website, your web page is being published. All right, here we go. Your public link to the pages. This is the link that you can already share on the social media. You can send it to your friends. This is the fully functional URL of your website. Let's check it out. Voila, there is some animation, you see. I will show you again. This title appeared from button to up, okay, together with the subtitle. Then this arrow that brings us down, and yeah, pay attention that on the cover there is no menu, and then when you start scrolling the menu appears, which is very nice for the design, okay. And yeah, so this is the page which is live. If you now go to the internet and to the browser and you type in my business June Tilda WS/trip, you will end up on this very page, okay. So it's fully functional page. That is all what it takes to publish a web page on Tilda, okay? So if you have any questions, again, I invite you to ask them. Let me just show you in the very bottom how you can easily add different social media buttons to your website, okay? So here we go to the content panel of this blog. The blog is from the contacts section. I click contacts. There is the text with the text editor, as we have seen already previously. The person name, person information text, which you can, we made it bold, you see, with the phone and email, and then social media links tab. So this is the whole list of all the social media you may need to add to your website, and you basically just fill in those that you want. For example, your YouTube channel, youtube.com channel name, let's say. Okay, so you insert here your YouTube channel link. You save and close, and it automatically appears over here, okay? With all the logo, you don't need to think about it. You don't need to upload the logos and so on. If I want to change the style or the color of these social media icons, I go to the settings panel, right? Because it's appearance. And here I have the color of social media icons, okay? I want to make them white, for example. The icon size, okay? I may want to make them a little bit bigger, medium, okay? So now they're medium and white, all right? And then, I can modify the typography, modify the animation, by the way, and this is the basic animation, right? And so on. So save and close. This was the content block. The last thing I want to do, and I want to show you in the editor, is the zero block. So I want to add it right over here under the cover. I scroll all the sections down and I click zero block. Here I have zero block just being added as a normal block, as all the other blocks. But instead of the content button, there is a block editor button. Let's click on it, and we end up inside of this built-in web design editor, which is called zero block. So here we are unlimited. You see, we can move the elements as much as we want. We can delete certain text just by clicking delete button. Okay, so here on the top left corner, you have the button to add elements, all right? So there are 9 types of elements: text, image, shape, button, video, tooltip, HTML code, form, and gallery that you can use in zero block, okay? The number of each elements, you can add as many as you want. Let me show you, for example, a button. So I want to add a button like that. This is the grid that you can take it away using a list. There are plenty of short keys, hotkeys, how you call it? Shortcuts, sorry. Short keys, shortcuts, right? Keyboard shortcuts. Here you have the whole list of them. So the grid is G, okay? But grid actually, it helps you to make better designs, I would say. But okay, it's up to you, guys, of course. So I added this button, and I want to set it. So how do I set all these settings of properties for the elements in zero block? Is here. Here is the button settings, and this is the long list of the settings. That ends up in step-by-step animation, which I can add, but I will not show you now, guys. There are another time for the animation workshop will be later. So now basics. So I want to change the caption of the of the button. For example, I want to say access. No, I want to say go, like that. I press enter, it changes. Okay, now the button seems to be very big for this word. Okay, I make it shorter. I can make it even like that. Okay, so I just edit it like that manually. Okay, then I add URL to it. You can in ZeroBlock, the interesting thing is that you can assign URL to any element in ZeroBlock. So let's say google.com, target the same. You can choose whether it's going to be open in the same window and in the new window. Okay, the background color of the your button, modify. Okay, and then funny thing is the, for example, background on hover. So when you hover over the button, it will change the background color. My God, let me show you how it works. So let me see this pinky one. I feel like pinky today. So when I hover over it, yeah, you can see it changes. Let's put this one so it's more visible for you. So when I hover, I can see already the effect in place. Okay, and there are plenty of other settings that you may explore on your own. Okay, right. So this is the artboard, which you can actually modify the length like that. Okay, just by pressing and dragging. And then another cool thing about the ZeroBlock is that here, so you switch between different resolutions, different screen resolutions, and you can make your own design for each of them. And you can decide whether you want to have some elements for the mobile or you want to get rid of them, for example. Okay, so this is the shape. I can make it like that and take up half of the screen on the mobile version. Okay, so this is basically, yeah, it's up to you. You see, on the tablet version, the shape behaves differently. On the version for the mobile, I would put it like that. So it's everything very custom, very customizable, and depends only on your imagination. Yeah, the last cool thing I wanted just to share with you guys is that you can measure very easily, you see, the distance between the elements and between the borders of the artboard by just holding down the Option or Alt key. Okay, and there are many other things like that that may remind you of Figma or Photoshop. So please use it and enjoy. I hope you're gonna enjoy using ZeroBlock. I think it's a very, very enjoyable process. Okay, so this is the ZeroBlock that we have just created. All right, so now moving forward, let me show you how you set up your website. So by clicking on the More button on the top right corner, I choose Site Settings, okay? And I end up in the list of site settings, and I will just show you very briefly what all these things mean. The main settings is the website title and the description, all right? This is for you so that you can distinguish different projects you have within your account. Then subdomain on Tilda. This is important to know that once you have created your subdomain, you can always change it. Okay, so don't worry if you made a typo or if you decided to change the name of your website. You can always do it over here in site settings, main settings tab. Okay, so I would say like that, business June, save settings over here, and it's done. Okay, so now my website is available on this link. Next, fonts and colors. Yeah, I said that on Tilda we pay a lot of attention to typography. We really do. So this is the gallery of the type font of the typefaces that are available for free for all Tilda users. Okay, and to assign it to the whole project, what does it mean? It means that every time that you add a block containing text, your text by default will be rendered in this font. Okay, then you can change it, of course, but by default it's gonna be like that. So you choose it, you say select, and then it is applied. You save changes, and it's applied to your website. Let me show you. You see, yeah, my type font was changed completely. Okay, so this is how you change the fonts. But apart from this pre-selected, I would say, pre-selected typefaces, you can assign your own typeface to your projects by clicking here, custom settings, and here you see basic fonts. Then you can add Adobe fonts, any Adobe fonts you want. For the heading and for the body, you can assign to different types. Google fonts as well, same thing. And you can upload your own font as well, all right? Using this uploader and or using the CSS link field, all right? Then you can set up size and weight, default, of course, because then after you can always change it, and colors. All right, so this is about fonts. So just remember, you can use any font you want, from your own one to the basic fonts we have in our library. Then the homepage tab. So here, what is important is to have one of the pages assigned as a homepage, because in case you have not defined here, your website will not be able to be live. It will just not work. All right, but by default on Tilda, the first page is the homepage. And here I have, you see, the specified page has not been published. So if your homepage is not published, it's also a problem. All right, so you choose the page that is published and assign it as a homepage, which was actually done by Tilda automatically. All right, so the next tab is the domain tab. Here, yeah, it's a crucial tab for everyone who has custom domains, because here you actually type in your custom domain name, okay? And you learn more about custom domains, so how to buy it, how to assign it, how to set it up and connect it with Tilda. We have all the instructions over here, and here you have the kind of a status messages that will tell you if your domain works well or if there is a problem and so on. So you can always monitor here in site settings how your domain is doing. Next, analytics. So website statistics, we said that there is a built-in statistics service in Google. Here it is, view statistics. You just click on this page. Yeah, here is the pop-up that says that I have made some changes and I need to save them. So let me save changes first and then open the statistics of my web page. Since I just created it, I don't have a lot of data here, but here is how it looks like. Okay, so sessions, leads, activity day by day. You see, you can check the visitor, sessions, leads, conversion rate. You can see the devices that people use to access your website, so that it will help you to understand if you really need to pay more attention to the mobile version or the desktop version is the leader among the visitors that come and check out your website. Popular pages, yeah, the list of popular pages. You can measure engagement, track the events, and so on, referral traffic, countries, cities, and so on, day by day, month by month, and different metrics for online stores. Okay, so total sales, total orders, conversion rates again, and yeah, most viewed items, and so on. So all this helps you actually to understand what are the little adjustments that you need to do in order for the performance of your website, to increase the performance of your website. All right, and we are trying to provide you with all the tool set that you need. Then to connect Google Analytics, it is done over here as well. Inside site settings, analytics tab, Google Analytics, you connect it. Same for Tag Manager over here, Facebook Pixel, and some other services that help you to track statistics. Then SEO tab. Yeah, also an important one, right? In case you're new to web design and website building, there is a guide to SEO, okay, SEO, promoting your website online. You can, first read it and understand what all these things actually mean and why do you need to care about SEO. Then there is a possibility to install the SSL certificate, which is, for free. You can install it over here, right in Tilda. Why would you need it? Well, you might need to install this certificate in order not to have the, these annoying messages when you open your website and then you have the message saying, oh, it's not secure, the connection is not secure. So if you want to avoid this, please install the SSL certificate over here. It's for free. Then we have a nice service which is called SEO Assistant. Let me show you how it works. So this is actually the this is how you can measure if all these SEO settings are correct or you need to add something. So in case you forgot to assign, for example, H1 tag You see, H1 tag is missing, and this assistant will help you to spot it and improve this thing so that you are sure that all the SEO settings are up to date. All right, and also you can click here and go to the guide and instruction that actually explains to you what does it mean, how you can assign it. All right, so please check these SEO systems from time to time to make sure that all the settings are set up correctly. Then there's some integrated services that you can use, such as Google Search Console. It's a nice thing if you want to speed up the integration, the indexation process of your website with Google. So you just add your website to the Google roster of websites. So your website becomes indexed automatically. It saves you a lot of time, okay? Because before, if it's a new website, before the robots of Google will notice it, a lot of time may pass, okay? And here you kind of save some time, okay? Then also here you can set up redirects, different types of redirects, set up favicons, and so on. Then export. So export tab allows you to export your website files, download them as a zip file, and you will have several folders containing images, CSS, GS files, as well as you can set up API integration over here. Forms. So this is very, this is the tab that you're going to use very often in case you collect data from your visitors. So here you actually connect data collection services, CRM services, and email marketing services in case you are doing email newsletters, okay, using Tilda. So these are all the list of the services. This is the list, yeah. And so I recommend you personally to connect at least 2 different services in case you collect data or submissions from your visitors, in case one of the services will go down, yeah, for various reasons. You will not lose your new submissions because it might be crucial for the business. All right, so you can set up email, Google Sheets, and Trello, and then you can add a Tilda CRM, which is the built-in free Tilda CRM service, okay, embedded into the platform, or you can opt for another CRM system, and then sign up, integrate email marketing services, all right, and some other services as well, Zapier, Webhook, that actually helps you to integrate other services that are not listed in this tab. You can connect Slack and so on. So all this helps you to manage your submissions. I would say manage, save, and work with the submissions. The next tab is payment system. So this tab you will use in case you are selling something and you want to accept payments online. So here is the place where you can set up the currency of your website. See, any currency can be set up. You can set the currency symbol and some other things, position of the price, and then here you connect the services. Okay, so there are PayPal to checkout, Stripe. You can also allow people to pay cash upon delivery. Okay, do the bank transfer and custom payment gateway. This is a nice thing that allows developers, in case you're one of them, to integrate their own payment systems with Tilda. All right. Then header and footer. What is this? So you may know what does that mean, but what does it mean in Tilda, and how can it help you to simplify your workflow? So in case you have multi-page website, okay, and you want to have a menu or a footer with the context, for example, on every single page, you can save some time by creating a new page, adding just one block with the menu to this web page, and then set it as a header. All right, and it will automatically appear to all of the pages. Same thing for the footer. Okay, it will automatically appear on all the pages. Then in the page settings, if you don't want the menu to be to appear on certain pages, you can always, for individual pages, you can turn off this function. You can turn off the header or disable the footer. All right. Then actions. What you can do here is you can transfer website to another user. Okay, so this is a nice option if you are creating a website for you're a designer and you're creating a website this is your job and you want to transfer the ready-made website to your client, this is how you do it, or delete website. So here you can delete website. Permissions. So what does that mean? Here you can protect your website with a password or allow access only for specific IP addresses. This is interesting if you are developing your website. It's not ready yet, but you want to show to certain people, your colleagues, for example, or your family members, and you can put the login and password and give it to them so that they have the access while the whole world doesn't. Right? Membership area is something that I mentioned before that helps you to create online courses or online schools on Tilda. All right. So here you manage members. You can add them manually or let them register on their own. Okay. And then you can create several, groups, several or many or one or two, whatever you want, groups of users and give them different types of access to different pages. Right. So this is very practical. Collaborators tab. Collaborators is a function that allows you to team up with your colleagues or with your friends and work on the same website together. Okay, so it's like working with Google Docs or with Figma, same principle. All right, so this is the collaborators tab. Here you can add collaborators to your website. And the last tab, more, which allows you to do plenty of different things. What I want to highlight over here is that you can choose the website language, for example, for all the system messages. You can assign the 404 error page. It's the one that you can design on your own and then assign it because it is important for the SEO and the indexation. Platform label, what does it mean? Okay, so to remove the tilde label, what is this label? Label is something that you may see underneath of the website. It's a small let's say small footer under your footer of your website with the small logo of Tilda saying that this website was made on Tilda. So if you want to remove one, then you will have to switch the annual paid plan. Doesn't matter personal or business. Okay, this is how you can get rid of it completely. If you want to change it, its color, okay, so that it fits better your design, here you can change its color. Black, white, and gray are available. All right. Another, what else is important? Here's a Maps API keys. You remember I showed you the contact block on the website, one of the templates that we used. It contained the map, and it was not actually bright enough. So it was not activated because you need to add this API key to Google Maps. And it is done over here. All right. So inside of the block settings and a block content panel, you will have the link to the guide, how to do that. In here, actually, you paste Google Maps API key so that your map becomes fully functional. Ownership verification as well. Sometimes you need to do this to verify your ownership to Google and other services. All right. And here you can manage your product catalog, should you have one, or feeds if you're using Tilda for blogging. So here it was the overview of the site settings. All right, I would save changes, and I would like to remind you that every time you change something in your site settings, after saving the changes in your settings, you can close the panel and then publish all pages again. Because if you have pages that are already live, they need to be republished for the settings to be updated. All right, so you can do it with one click, publish all pages, please wait, and all the pages are published. Then let me show you another trick. In case you have plenty of pages and you need to publish them all, but some of the pages you don't want to publish because they're not ready, for example, or because they are archived, okay? They're old versions of the existing pages. What do? How do you save time? I mean, you don't want to go to each of the page, and click publish one by one. No, you want to publish them with one click, but you want to put several pages that are not to be published in one folder that will not be published. All right. So I gave you already the nice tip. So you can create folders for pages. First of all, you can move them like that as you want. Change the order of the pages, and then let me show you how to add a folder. So you click on the settings. Here we are inside of the of our website, inside of the project, right, with the list of pages. So each page has its own settings. We click settings, we go to additional, scroll down, and here is a create new folder button. I click on it and I say not to publish, all right? For example, whatever, you can assign it any name you want, okay? So not to publish, and yeah, this business conference page ended up in here. And now this folder has its own settings as well. I click on it, and here is the thing, the archive folder. When you tick it like that, select the box, then save changes. When I'm publishing all the pages, I will have this pop-up window with the choice to publish all pages or only in this folder. So if I click only on this folder, all the pages that were not in the archive folder or in the folder that is called not to publish have been published. But the pages inside of this folder were not. And that saves me tons of time, believe me. So just remember about this trick. All right, now I want to show you the page settings because it's important for several reasons. You will discover now for which reason. So first of all, the page title and page description are crucial. While the website title and description is only for you, it is used only on Tilda. Here, title and description are public. When you are sharing your link, for example, on Facebook or on other social media, the page title and description are visible, become visible. So make sure you fill in these two fields. All right, so page URL, this is the last part of the URL for this page, which can also be modified after you have published your page. No problem with that. Then moving on, the page. What is the page? The page is a thumbnail image that is used for this page when it is being shared on social media. Okay, you can upload file using drag and drop as well. Then the Facebook and SEO, this is one of the most important tabs here in the page settings. Here you have the preview on Facebook. So this, you see, we don't have the page yet, and the page actually appears over here. Since we don't have one, it looks a bit sad. So let me just, what do? I will publish this page. Now I'll create another page which, if the page starts from the picture and you publish it like that, then the first picture of the page becomes its badge. All right, so let me publish. Wait a second. Just very quickly want to show you how the badge appears. Wait a second, I don't see any badge. Maybe another type of, yeah, let me add another page. So this is how you actually can add as many pages as you want, well, within 500 pages, of course, that you have on the personal business plans for each project. So I publish this page. I will call it serve. Save and continue. The page is published. Everything very quickly. And yeah, finally. So this is the right picture. Normally you would upload your own page, okay, from your own desktop. But just for now, I wanted to save some time, not looking into my pictures on my computer. So if the page contains a nice picture in the very beginning, it's gonna be by default used as a page. So just like here, you see, it is used only after you publish your page. Okay, so this is the page, and when you have your badge, you see much better your preview on Facebook. But you see, this description of the page, there are two of them actually. Yeah, they get doubled. So I'll cut in half our description, and now yeah, I get finally a nice preview on Facebook. So pay attention to that as well, because your website, your web pages will be shared on social, and you want to make sure that they look really nice. All right, and this is how my page, or the link to my page, will look like on the Google search results. Also, here is the title, here is the URL, and here is the description. Then you can customize the social media preview and the search results preview, changing the title, description for each of them, adding the keywords. all right, and some other advanced settings over here. Moving on, so the export tab of the page settings allows you to do pretty much same thing as export tab in the site settings, meaning that you can download your page as a zip file or archive with all the files, images, CSS, and GS, and also you can open the page code. Actions. So what can you do with your page? You can delete it, you can move page to another project within your project. Okay, if you have several projects and a business plan, you can duplicate page, which is nice if you want to have, for example, multilingual page with several languages. You can make a copy of the page and then send it over to the translator and add another language version. Okay, and then you can transfer page to another user. And finally, the additional tab, here you can set up micro animations. You can disable them, all right? This is a bit more kind of advanced stuff, so I don't want to spend so much time on that. I just want to show you how to use label and comments for pages, which is very nice if you're working with a lot of inner pages and you want to quickly see which pages are, for example, ready to go, which are live or not. So label is something that you put for yourself. It's kind of a note, a label that only you can see on your account, and comments is something that you will see under the page. So let's say I can put the date here, 20 of May, for example, when it went live. All right, so the folder here, you can choose the folder. Not every folder is can be used as I showed you to avoid publishing pages. There can be folders for just types of the pages. So don't hesitate to create new folders and put the pages over there for you to edit your pages and websites smoothly. Here you can unpublish the page. It's a very important key or button that helps you unpublish the page in case you don't want it to be live anymore. Here you can check the page statistics. Here are some of the settings for the blogging and other specific things. All right, so yeah. And the last interesting thing I wanted to share with you is that every page that you design, you can use it as a template. So if you click here, check this box, then after, when you start a new page and you go to the template gallery, you can start out of this page that you have created yourself and you have assigned as a template. So there are custom templates available on Tilda, okay? So just pay attention and just remember it in case you may need it. Then you can put the password to the page, so you can password protect your page. Again, if your page is not ready to go live yet, or but you want to share it to some people, some of the colleagues, for example, right? So here I save changes, and here we go. So this is the label, and this is the comment, right? And labels are also can be used to. Here I have only one label, so I couldn't search. But if you have like a list of different pages with different labels, you can click the label, and then all of the pictures containing all of the pages containing this label will be shown. So you can sort your pages by the label over here. All right, that saves you a lot of time. That's it. So this is all I wanted to talk to you about. Okay, you can go down over here, get some frequently asked questions information. All right, some popular pages from the Help Center, guides and articles. We have a Tilda Education learning resource that you can use to learn new, get new skills in web design and digital marketing. Here we have a how to build a landing page, the complete course, absolutely for free, that you can take and become better in creating landing pages, understand all the things, all the rules behind the design, but also behind the content part of it, and some of the guides and articles. So this is the Tilda Education. It's here, guides and articles. You can always click it and go there. Webinars is the page. Maybe you have used it. This is the page that helps you to register for the webinar you're watching now and see the previous recordings. All right. So I think this is it. I gave you a nice overview of the Tilda platform, And in the very beginning, I have 3 things to tell you. We have free services that not many people know about, but we want you to know them. First of all is the UTM builder. You can build UTM tags to track your website, to track your advertisement campaigns on Tilda for free, of course. Tilda colors and Tilda icons are 2 nice services for the designers. So in case you're thinking of the color palette and cannot choose the right color for your website, the color pairings and whatever, or you just need some inspiration, you can go to this colors library and just spend some hours scrolling through it. And then if you like the color, you see all the gradient, you just click on it and the code is copied and you can paste it into Tilda and use it on for your website. All right. And Tilda icons is the library of the icons created by our designers. There are plenty of different sets. There are almost 50 sets of these icons, many topics. You can download them for free and also in SVG format so that you can modify them afterwards and add and use in your projects. All right. And that's it. So thanks a lot for your attention. Thank you very much for using Tilda. I want to just let you know that we are very active on social media, and what do we publish there? We're trying to publish some useful content that will help you to create better websites or to set up better ads campaigns, better marketing campaigns as well. And so, yeah, please, if you're interested in these kind of things or you want to follow up with our updates, you don't want to lose new blogs and new templates that appear very frequently on Tilda. We are on Twitter, we are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, and of course on YouTube. So if you like this video, you can like it on YouTube as well. You can leave a comment. It will be very interesting for me to, for all of us to know your feedback. So please share your feedback, ask your questions. We can answer them also after the webinar. And thank you very much for choosing Tilda. Thanks a lot. Take care and have great websites done very easily. Yeah. So that's all I wanted to say. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.